Today's topic is origin of life for class 12th biology. In origin of life, in the support of origin of life, many theories have been put forward to explain how the life originated on earth. So in this reference, the theory, that is the Big Bang theory, given to explain the formation of universe. So in this theory, the Big Bang is a singular huge explosion which is unimaginable in physical term. Second, the universe expanded and hence the temperature came down. So these some concept those were put under this theory. The universe expanded and hence the temperature came down. Third one, the hydrogen and helium formed some time later after the explosion. Fourth, the gases condensed under gravitational force. They formed the galaxies of the present day universe. So the galaxies are formed due to the condensation of the gases. Next one was, in the solar system, the earth was formed about 4.5 billion years back. So these some postulates of this Big Bang theory, those were given under this theory. Conditions of primitive earth, the earth when it was formed, so that earth was called or is called as primitive earth. So the atmosphere or the conditions those were prevailing at that time. The conditions were as follows: the earth formed about 4.5 billion years back. There was no atmosphere on the earth that time. Water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide and ammonia released from molten mass covered the surface. So these the gases, the water vapor, methane, carbon dioxide and ammonia, these gases mainly were present at that time in the atmosphere. Next one, the UV rays from the sun broke up water into hydrogen and oxygen. The lighter hydrogen escaped into the atmosphere. The ozone layer was formed by combining of oxygen molecule and O3 was formed. As earth cooled down, the water vapor fell as rain. It filled all the depressions and formed oceans. So in this way, oceans were formed. Here, about the introduction of origin of life, several attempts have been made from time to time to explain the origin of life on earth. As a result, there are several theories which offer their own explanation on the possible mechanism of origin of life, and some of them are as follows. Number one, the theory of origin of life, that is special creation. Second one, theory of spontaneous generation, and theory of biogenesis, and theory of biochemical evolution, and theory of panspermia. These are some main theories those were given to explain the origin of life on earth. Number one, the first theory, that is of special creation. In this theory, all the different form of life created by God. So this theory says that the life is created, life was created on the earth by God, and in different religions this was explained in different ways. In Hindu concept, it is said that Lord Brahma created the living world in one stroke. In Hindu mythology, it is said that the Brahma has created the world, and this world was as it is today. So the today's world and the past world, they are same. In Christian mythology or Islamic beliefs, it is said that God created the universe, plants, animals, human beings in about 6 days. Three main postulates are there. All different kinds of animals and plants were created at once. All organisms were created in the same form in which they exist today. Their bodies and organs have been designed to fully meet the needs of the environment. It has no scientific basis. These theories, they are not having any scientific base. They are not proved scientifically. So these are only some beliefs. Those are made in different religions. In Hindu, Christian and Islamic beliefs, they are different according to the religious beliefs. Now, the theory of spontaneous generation. So here, so what is spontaneous generation? You will see here. Here it is said that the living things originated spontaneously from inanimate objects. Inanimate means non-living objects. So here it is said that all the life forms are originated from the inanimate objects. It is also called abiogenesis, means life without life. Supporters are there, those supported this theory: Aristotle, Epicurus, von Helmont. They had supported the theory of spontaneous generation. They believed that insects arise from dew, fish and frog from mud, fly maggot from meat. They said that the living are created from the non-living things. Some opposers were there, like Francisco Reddy, Splangeni, and Louis Pasteur. These people opposed this theory. The opposers disproved this theory also. So here Louis Pasteur and Reddy's experiment are given in these. Here, this is shown that the non-living things cannot create living things in both the conditions they have shown. So here now, theory of panspermia. In theory of panspermia, you will see what is explained here, and this was proposed by Richer in 1865 and supported by Arrhenius also. Here, life has come to Earth from other planets of the universe in the form of resistant spores. So resistant spores, they came from the other planets and they bring life. They brought life on the Earth. And British astronomers Fred Hawley and Chandra Bikram Singh, they also proved that the some interstellar dust that came from the space, and it was containing some organic compounds, and some comets which are largely made of water, ice, carry bacterial life across galaxies and protect it from the radiation damage along the way. So this was the pansperm theory. And next is theory of biochemical evolution. Here also known as materialistic theory or physico-chemical theory. This was scientifically proved and proposed by independently Russian scientist A.I. Oparin in 1923 and an English scientist Haldane in 1928. According to this theory, life first arose from the collection of chemical substances by the progressive series of reactions. So the progressive reactions, they created the life. Early Earth surface and atmosphere radically different from today's conditions. The primitive Earth atmosphere was reducing type, but today's atmosphere is oxidizing type. But that time the atmosphere was reducing type because oxygen was not present that time. Solar radiation and lightning must have been the chief energy sources for these chemical reactions. So the energy was coming from the lightning and solar radiation, and the organic compounds gradually accumulated in the ocean and formed a hot primordial soup or hot dilute soup, and also known as Darwin's warm little pond. The oceans were Darwin's warm little pond where life originated first of all. Oparin proposed that the protonites, nucleoproteins, and other organic and inorganic molecules aggregated and precipitated in the sea, forming organized colloid aggregates called conservates. So conservates, they were the organic aggregates in the colloid form. The conservates were able to absorb and assimilate organic compounds from the environment in a way that reminiscent of the metabolism. So these structures, they were showing some extent of metabolism also. They divided by budding like today's yeast, and Oparin considered that the conservates gave rise to a primitive cell or euvoints. Sidney Fox obtained proteinoid microspheres by heating a mixture of dry amino acid between the temperature of 130 to 180 degree and later cooling them in water. It was similar to coccoid bacteria. So some theories were kept forward to explain the origin of life on earth. Here that we have explained these theories. Special creation theory. According to this theory, God created earth and living organism, but it does not had any scientific proof. Second, theory of spontaneous emission. According to this theory, living organisms are originated from decaying and rotted matter like straw and mud. Theory of abiogenesis. Louis Pasteur experimentation demonstrated that a theory of biogenesis. This was demonstrated by Louis Pasteur that the life comes from the pre-existing life. He showed that in pre-sterile flask, life did not come from killed yeast. The new living microorganism arose from the killed yeast when flask opened into the air. When the flasks were sealed, they were not open, no microorganism was found, and when the flasks were opened to the air, he got that some microorganisms are found in that yeast. So this shows that life originated from the pre-existing life. So this is an experiment where the flask were boiled to kill pre-existing microorganisms first. This flask was boiled, the broth was boiled, and then here as broth cools, condensing water collecting, sealing the mouth of the flask. Here the mouth of the flask is sealed, so no air is entering to the flask and no growth, no microorganism. And when the neck is later broken, he from here and the air that was entering to the flask, then he found that some microorganisms are present in the broth. It means that here no microorganisms are entering into the flask, so no growth was there. But here the microorganism spores they have entered into the broth and growth was seen. So this shows that only the life comes from the pre-existing life, not spontaneous generation. O'Brien held a theory of biochemical origin of life. This was also put forward to explain the origin of life. O'Brien held and proposed that life could have come from the pre-existing non-living organic matter like RNA, proteins. According to them, the life originated from the non-living matter by gradual process of physiochemical reactions on the primordial earth. The conditions of the primitive earth were high temperature, volcanic storms, absence of oxygen, reducing atmosphere, containing CH4 and NH3. So these were the conditions of the primitive earth that was supporting creation of life. And here this atmosphere is experiment is shown that was done by Stanley Miller. Here chemical evolution. In this experiment he has shown that life originated from the chemicals. Organic compounds or inorganic compounds they were converted into living matter. Conducting an experiment in the self-designed spark discharge apparatus in 1953. Conducting the physiochemical test of origin of life, Miller created similar conditions of primitive earth in a laboratory. He created electric discharge in a closed flask to raise temperature about 800 degrees centigrade. It was a primitive earth temperature. He used methane, ammonia and hydrogen and some water vapor in the flask and this was the similar condition which was prevailing that time on the earth. He created the similar condition. He observed that the formation of amino acid is condensed liquid water. So this condensed liquid water was here. Here he found that some organic compounds were present. So he created a similar condition, those were prevailing at the time when earth was formed, and he found that those organic compounds which are necessary for the life, they were found on the condensed water. They support the chemical evolution of life. Origin of first cell. How the first cell was originated? The first cell, non-cellular form of life, may originated in before 3 million years back, or in 3 million years back. The first cell was originated that time. They have been giant molecules like RNA, protein, and polysaccharides. These giant molecules are called capsules. They reproduce their molecules to form conservates. The first cellular life form are unicellular. All life forms were in water environment only, not on the earth. This simple cell evolved into a complex form of present day diversified life. So the origin of first cell was like this. So the conclusion about this concept: all the evidences gathered thus far has revealed that a great deal about the origin of life, but there is still much to learn. Numerous scenarios have been explored for many years, but there is a still large gap between what is known and what is unknown. So it is now, yeah, till now it is not clear that how the life was originated, but some concepts were put forward to explain it. Because of the enormous length of time and the tremendous change had been occurred since then, much of the evidence revealed to origins have been lost, and we may never know the certain details. So nevertheless, many of the gap is in our knowledge, gaps that seemed unbridgeable just 20 years ago have been filled in recent years, and containing research and new techniques or new technologies hold the promise of more insights. So this much conclusion about the origin of life.